Barcelona's academy jewel Fermin Lopez finds himself at the eye of a summer storm, and the question on everyone's lips is simple: stay and fight for a place at the club that raised him, or accept a glamour move to the Premier League and rewrite his career overnight. The summer window has a way of forcing choices on young players, and this one has all the ingredients of a blockbuster. A reported Euros 50 million approach, late-stage interest from a big English club, internal debates at Barcelona, and a manager who has already shown he will reshape the pecking order. For Fermin, the noise off the pitch has not silenced his work on it. Training reports and images show a player pushing himself, sharpening the skills that made him a standout in the academy, and making sure that when the next call comes, whether it's from his coach or an agent, he can answer it not with uncertainty, but with performance. That mentality matters because Hansi Flick has made it clear since arriving that past reputation buys no guarantees. Form and fit will decide who plays. We've already seen the Koundé Garcia adjustments that signalled a new era of meritocracy at Barca, and that message reaches directly to academy graduates like Fermin. You can rise here if you prove it every day. On the other side of the story is Chelsea, a club desperate to sharpen their attacking options and willing to make a splash in the closing hours of the market. The allure of the Premier League, the pace, the platform, the paycheck, is obvious for any young talent. Reports of a sizable offer have dominated headlines, but transfer talk is one thing and completed paperwork another. Barcelona's stance, at least publicly, has been cautious. They value their homegrown prospects and are weighing whether Fermin's path to a regular starting role might be better served at Camp Nou under Flick's rotation, especially with competition from established names like Gavi and the recently integrated Dani Olmo. That internal competition could actually be the selling point for a young player who wants to test himself at the highest level without being shipped out too soon. Staying would mean swapping instant certainty for a longer, potentially more rewarding journey, one that could cement him as a Barcelona regular and preserve his identity as a club product. But clock changes incentives. A late offer from a Premier League suitor places pressure on Barcelona to make a binary financial decision, and on Fermin to consider his short-term opportunities. A reported Euros 50 million valuation is significant. It's a sum that can shift transfer strategies and would give Barcelona the funds to reinvest elsewhere, but it would also mean losing a homegrown attacking option who might blossom into a leader. For Chelsea, the fee is an investment in potential and in a style of player who could inject creativity into a team that needs it now. For fans on both sides, the debate splits neatly, one side arguing every academy star deserves a patient development arc, the other insisting that elite talent should take advantage of the brightest stages while they can. The human side of this remains the most compelling. Behind the figures and the headlines is a young man training in full focus, aware that the choice he makes over the next days could define his trajectory. Will he accept a move that promises immediate exposure and Premier League battles, or will he double down on growth within a club that has already shaped him? There's also the managerial calculus. Flick can offer a clear development plan, or his tactical shifts could push the player toward limited minutes, and that uncertainty is part of the risk calculus every young player must weigh. Meanwhile, the transfer market watches closely. Deals like this ripple beyond the two clubs involved and can shift how other teams value academy graduates. As the window tightens, the story becomes less about rumour and more about action. Fans will argue, pundits will predict, and social feeds will light up with takes. But the final act will belong to the player and the two clubs' boards. Whether Fermin becomes Barcelona's next homegrown star or Chelsea's headline capture, the decision will reveal a lot about modern football's balance between development, ambition, and financial realities. So where do you stand? Should a young academy talent stay and complete his education at Camp Nou, or should he seize the chance to test himself in the Premier League now? Drop your take below and tell us, stay or go, and why.